I have made it to the point at 37 when I recite my resume, I know I'm giving you Uno card after Uno card after draw four. I know I am career-wise where I want to be. Financially, I'm even more closer to what I've had on my dream board forever. So I am in a good space. Welcome to Wine and Liberations, the podcast that uncorks the world of fine wines and explores the art of living a liberated life. I am your host, affectionately known as Dee. I am a wife, mother, business owner, and I am thrilled to be one of your guides on this captivating journey.
And I am your other host, Dee Professor Bae. I am a mother, college professor, writer, and creator. Grab your wine, relax, be yourself, catch a vibe, and let us guide you as you get liberated.
So we are back. Welcome back to season 2 of Wine and Liberation podcast. So I am, again, Professor Bae.
I am Darielle. Welcome. Happy fresh start of the top of the year. Is that how we'll say that? Happy New Year. Yeah. Cliche. But welcome back to our Wine and Liberation journey. I'm so excited to kick off this 2024 season and just embark on it. How have things been for you? What are some things we're putting into play this season?
2024. I'm thinking for me, I am going to focus on things that come natural to me. I'm not going to do a lot of forcing. I know that this month, January, is a season. Everybody's writing down their goals. Everybody's doing their vision boards. And the new year is kind of twofold for me because my birthday is in January. So I always deal with, oh my God, the strong desire to set goals at the beginning of the year because it's the beginning of the year and do my vision board. But I'm also battling because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going into a new year. What did I learn from last year? What am I changing this year? So it's always very, very chaotic for me. So much so that I have so much anxiety around my birthday. I am like always. So this year, the goal is to relax. I've kind of put some goals into motion, but not really. So the actual goal for me this month is to just like let things come to me, relax, and embrace this new birthday. Once my birthday comes and goes, then I will focus more on planting the seeds and what goals I want to set and completing the vision board and kind of moving from there. So what about you?
I like it. So my birthday was in November. I don't know. We have been recorded since November. You know, a lot has happened, I feel like, in that one. So my birthday was in November. If you notice, I've cut my hair.
Yes, it looks amazing.
Thank you. I woke up 37 and started purging. I went through old clothes, old items in the house. I cut my hair. I just went through I think I started my season of release like in November. So as we get into 2024, as we're here, I intentionally have nothing set, nothing. But I did that on purpose. So like I'm aligning myself I'm gonna do it in quarters this year. We'll talk about that later. But I'm gonna do my year in quarters rather than the full year. So my quarter goal is going to be to get back into yoga to the point that I can be an instructor. And I just think I just need to focus on small things that I think that are going to help just build upon what I've already established. I've built so much. I've done so much that I'm just like, come on, Darielle, like, what are you going to do now? And so I'm going totally left. I'm going to go into being a yoga instructor. Let's just do something that everybody's going to be like, what are you doing? Yes, I am.
That is an amazing point because I was having a conversation with my cousin and I said to her verbatim, I have done so much that I'm okay with, I don't have to do anything else. And what sparked the conversation is, this is so crazy. We're so in. I plan to go to culinary school this year. So something that's totally opposite of what I do as a profession, but I definitely plan to go to culinary school and, record my journey and show my meals and kind of, I guess, to get into the content creator bag a little bit, or to try to at least.
Yeah.
But not take it too serious, but just like embark on this new journey and embrace it. So it's amazing that we kind of on the same track. We started college together, hence the shirt, Go Rattlers. So Go Rattlers, we attended the #1 HBCU in the country.
In the land. Yep.
So it's interesting that we started our college journey together, and then we're now here and we're on that same thinking pattern and that same page. So that's great that you mentioned that. Being okay. Like being able to say, I've done so much that I don't have to do anything else and I will be completely okay.
Same. I had made it to the point at 37 when I recite my resume, I know I'm giving you Uno card after Uno card after draw 4. I know I am career-wise where I want to be. Financially, I'm even more closer to what I've had on my dream board forever. So I am in a good space. So I'm going for a yoga instructor. And then instructor, I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I feel on top of having my tea business, on doing my book club. And I just want to continue to live me out loud. I think for so long, I was, I knew where I had to be because I had this child early. So I had to show y'all the statistic. Then when I got there, it was like, oh, but if I do this, I get more money. So then I was on a money drive to help me afford the lifestyle that I know I had in my head. I'm done now. I'm good.
I think that's great, especially for women in our audience to hear. So even if you're listening to this episode and you're not necessarily where you want to be, or you're not necessarily in this space, just know, like, eventually you're going to stop and you're going to say, I've done enough. Like, I've done enough. I know a lot of times we shoot for those career aspirations, we shoot for those financial aspirations. We want the house, and we want the husband, and we want the kids, and we want the dogs and the pets and everything. And it's amazing to see how you have reached that point and you're okay with it. Like, you're not scrambling into 2024 like, oh my gosh, I got to set this goal and I have to do this and I have to do that. But you're actually embracing the journey that you've been on and then standing in and being present in where you currently are, and you're okay with that.
Yeah. But I mean, same to you. Kudos to you, because I think we're both there. And I think just to reflect on, when I felt like I was walking into the new year with my new dream board and my new 5-year plan and my new what do I have to accomplish this year. I don't think I allowed myself grace as much as I should have. I think I gotta, and then you might be able to tell me, because I did a visual dream board, I did not get satisfaction until I was taking something off. So as I was passing it and nothing was coming off the dream board, like, it's a little demotivating. I was like, oh, like I'm holding these pictures that I printed out, like the only sign that I've accomplished something, but I still need to give myself grace as I'm going toward these goals. And I had to give myself grace that if these pictures were rolling over to the new year, nothing's happening in this year. It's going to happen as it should as you build. Yeah. So I'm teaching quarters. I saw TikTok, I go to TikTok University, that if you set your goals off the year, you're doing it wrong. You should be setting your goals based off of quarters, because if you set it in quarters, you're more likely to obtain the goal rather than do it within 6 months. So you have 3 months to accomplish different goals. And so even in quarter 1, if my goal is just to enroll in yoga class, I've done that. In quarter 2, actually apply and look for schools. I've done that rather than you just say, I'm going to do it in a year, but you don't break it down to when these goals are going to be obtained and accomplished. So that's my soapbox. I have to get on it.
Because too long and life fight and things happen, and looking at a goal from such a distance, it can be discouraging if you're not accomplishing it or ripping the pieces off as fast as you think you need to reach them off. So I think that's a great point, breaking your goals down in quarters, because it allows you to take those steps and you're able to see those steps and be present in those steps versus looking at the long run. So if you take, for example, I want to make $1 million. You're looking from January to December saying, I need to make $1 million versus say, quarter one, let me make, whatever, quarter two, let me, and you're not looking at the steps that you're taking.
Right. Because I'm sure if you looked at over the year, you might have been close to that million. But because you see it at the year, you see a one lump sum. But if you break it down in quarters, okay, in these 3 months, I made 6,000. In these 3 months, somehow I got to 10 then. And then right here, I got to 50. If you do it by then, add it up together, you've touched your million. Now, if that is anybody's goal, they did do a research that says the average person does touch about $1 million within their lifetime or within a time frame. So if you look over that, you might have already touched it. So that should be the goal. It should be, how do I actually make that represented in my account? Just look at me. That is goal. But in the average lifespan, we do touch $1 million.
Yes. How can I make this a reality? How can I see what I've done? So I think a lot of setting goals and creating this vision boards is making it realistic, making it a reality for your life versus just putting things on here. And I know for me, I keep all of my vision boards. So I do them and then keep them. So I'm able to pull old vision boards out. Especially if I feel like I'm not accomplishing my goals as quick as I think I should, I'll pull out those old vision boards and I'm able to see the things that I have accomplished over time. And it kind of refuels me, and it's like, okay, you're where you need to be. And I think with creating vision boards, another thing is to understand that it may not happen at this moment, but eventually it will. So even if you have that car, your dream car on there, you had it on there for 2023, and you may not have gotten it, you can put it on 2024, and this might be the year. So I think it's important to see that goals are continuous. They don't stop. So you're building upon it, and it's great to always kind of look back and see how far you come, and you can pat yourself on the back for that. So
like that. I agree with that. I think the only difference I do is with the start of a new season for me, I participate in like the burning ceremonies. So I've done like when you write encouraging words to yourself, or you'll write your problems down, or just to release it. So the ones I did do in my previous vision boards, I've done burning ceremonies for. In my mind, it just releases it. But I guess to even look back, I mean, that's a great resource. I'm a Sagittarius though, so you get what I'm saying. I can burn it and walk away from it and don't think twice about it. So that just like me and I'm done with it type of thing. But that's a great tip for people. If you are saving them, that's wonderful to see. You're like, I actually see this, because even I had a house on my dream board, and it was gray. I remember the brick was like gray and white, and it had like white trim. Like I can still see it. My house represents, or is so similar to this gray house that I had on my dream board. I didn't realize it until I went back, and I was like, this is almost the house that I'm in, down to the color, down to the brick. Interestingly enough. So, I mean, yeah, great tip. Get down, people. She's talking.
And then you bring another point. Be very specific. You put that house on that board. When you put that car on that board, down the colors and the details and all of that, I think that's very important to incorporate as well. And for me, I personally celebrate the new year with the spring harvest. So I understand. Yes, we are in a new year. Yes, this time is very sacred. So I use this time to kind of plant the seed. And because we, believe it or not, we are dead in the winter. January is the winter, and things don't grow in the winter. So I think it's necessary that we put this out there that this is a time, it's very sacred, to plant those seeds. And then when spring comes, which is what Aries season, that is the time to kind of cultivate and harvest and watch your things manifest and grow. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, totally agree. So the best metaphor I have is if you are a homeowner or if you deal with outside, I'll put it like that. Your grass right now is dead. If you go to Lowe's, if you go to Home Depot, that's for yard maintenance. The best thing they're going to tell you to do now is to put down seed in your grass while it's dead. So in the spring, it becomes flourishing and enriched. So right now is the opportunity to plant those seeds in order for you to see the fruits of your labor in the spring. So same thing when it comes to goals. I think you should do everything in your power to plant those seeds right now. But you do not do the work. You do not actually, I guess, to see the fruits of your labor until springtime. So I would not walk into January and December like, oh, I'm going to do this right now. The seeds are planted when you make your goals. So January, February, as you make your goals, it's the same thing as planting your seeds. After we plant our seeds, we're going to get to April. So April showers bring May flowers. So during April, this is where we start putting in the groundwork to help our dreams, goals, manifestations to come to fruition. So by the time we get to March and May, May, March, y'all know what I'm saying. You see flowers, you see your green vegetation, you see your growth, your life. So if you follow the world in seasons and you address your life according to the seasons, then you will get a lot.
Yes. I totally agree. We have so much that nature offers us that we don't stop and actually pay attention to the seasons. The seasons tell us what to do with our lives. So if we really just pay attention to those seasons, it'll all start to make more sense to us and it'll all start to come together. So if you're setting those goals in the middle of the winter and you're wondering, you're running yourself into the ground and you're wondering why it's not coming to fruition, it's because it's not time. It's not the season for it. So I think
resting. Follow the animals. The animals are resting right now. They're in hibernation.
Yes.
They're not even moving. This is a season of rest. This is a season of grace.
Yes.
January.
Although the calendar starts at January, it is not the season for us to be doing the work. Now's the time for us to be resting and planting the seeds and waiting, being able to be okay with being in the season. You can't go against nature. You can't go against the season. It is what it is. So
I agree. I totally agree. So I extend grace to you, and everybody should extend grace to themselves because this is our grace season. So this is your forgiveness for what you feel like you did not accomplish in 2023. This is your area to just reevaluate and give yourself grace. That is my message for the day, okay?
Yes. I saw something on TikTok. It was an ins and outs list. And I thought that was very, very clever and creative. Instead of saying, I'm setting goals, I'm going to do the ins, things I'm bringing in, and then things that are out. So, even that could be something that you can try. For example, I don't know, I'm going to bring in, like you, I'm going to bring in getting back into yoga. I'm going to push out things that distract me from doing yoga, or things that are preventing me from accomplishing. So I saw that on TikTok. So that might be something to consider doing an ins and outs list. And I think it's also imperative that you not compare your vision to others. I think that could be another thing that might be discouraging as well. You see, someone else's vision board, and you begin to kind of compare and to maybe mimic. Some people, might want to mimic what they see others doing on their vision board. So
while you say that, though, I would like to drop a PSA. Stop sharing your vision boards. That is nobody's eyes but your own. Okay?
Yes.
Not posting them. They do not need to be shared. That is like your good pair of underwear that only your man can see. Don't show. That's not for display. Even with the evil eye theory, when you post things that you set with good intention, it's not what's being looked upon in the same way. Use that as your secrecy. That is your business. Stop showing people that.
Yes, it is very sacred. Yep. And that's great, because we live in a time where people overshare and people overpost, so they feel the need to show others what they have on their vision board. And that is a big, big no-no. Your vision board is very sacred. So, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but, going to the vision board parties and having the vision board parties, being in public spaces, and you're creating the vision. And I'm not exempt from that. I've done that. I've gone to a vision board event. I've done a speech at a vision board event, but I didn't really understand at that time. They say, well, you know better, you do better. So this is a time to be keeping your vision board to yourself. That's sacred. It's between you and God, or you and the universe. So
I'm gonna lean into my mic and say this one, okay? I am a true advocate of that. I think things should not be done if the intention of the space is not correct. So if you believe in sage, I truly believe before you do your vision boards or your goals, you should sage your space. You should follow up with either some Florida water or a Planto stick to cleanse the space. And then you go into setting your intentions. But if you're in this open space with all these souls,
energies,
energies, I don't know if that's actually the best place to set into, I guess, intuition of my manifestations. I just don't know if that's the best space. Now, I believe the spaces that are created on what they should be and the camaraderie of them are beautiful. Actually pasting them with the intention that this is going to come. I would probably finish my dream board at home. Maybe I would decorate it there, but I wouldn't put my thoughts and prayers and unspoken dreams on something that I haven't properly prepared myself to address.
Yes.
Again, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yes, I agree. And I think collectively, we're coming into the season where we're understanding the need to have privacy and the need to not overshare. I've been seeing it, and I think that's going to be a common theme of this year. People are realizing the energies that you invite into your life when you share sacred pieces of your life with strangers on the internet. So I definitely see that as becoming a common theme. If you're utilizing social media, utilize it for your brand, utilize it to share other things, maybe your career, and things like that. But those sacred moments should not be shared for the internet. So I just wanted to throw that nugget out too.
See, thank you for coming to both of our TED Talks.
So yeah, cheers to privacy and understanding the sacred space of creating those vision boards and setting those goals. So
cheers.
Any final thoughts? Any
If
quotes or anything
yeah.
you'd like to share? Yeah.
Oh, I will say my final thoughts are to caveat that we're talking about goal setting. I did kick off 2024 reading Pinky Cole, I Hope You Fail. Or if you are an entrepreneur, I do suggest this book. I liked it. I'm not going to say I loved it, but I do suggest the book. Her thoughts and approaches is really great to giving you the seeds you need to be successful in personal and entrepreneurship life. So those are my final thoughts. That would help kind of bring this conversation full circle if you check out her book. So
Okay, good. So
you got your final thoughts.
so I have a quote, and don't laugh at me because I know y'all seen it all over TikTok. Cat Williams been dropping gems all over TikTok. And there was a quote that came from him that just stuck with me, and it says, I am so favored by God that I know whatever I want, I will receive. So again, I am so favored by God that I know whatever I want, I will receive. So that came from Cat Williams, and I think he definitely dropped a word when he said that quote. So I think
very much so.
as they're entering
Very much so.
2024 year, and you're setting these goals, just know that align your goals and from your mouth to God's ears. So that's definitely my final thoughts with that. So happy 2024. Let's cheers to starting out this new 2024 and
the best way possible. This wine is good. Okay. I got it from Clearance Wine. Side note, it's a Pinot Noir and it's a 14.5.
Okay.
I got it. It was, we have a local grocery store here called H-E-B. Girl, they were putting it on the bottle. I think I was walking out like this. It's called Naughty Vine. Y'all need to check it out. It's really, really good.
Okay.
I'll put that wine promo in there as well.
Okay, sounds good. So here's to a 2024. So we will see you guys again. Thank you for listening and watching.
Bye, guys.